Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to start the DIYs with these clip-on pumpkins from Dollar Tree. These also come in orange. Obviously, I got the white ones and they pop right off the clips. They do have this little knob at the bottom. That is how they attached the pumpkins to the clips, but they just come right off either with scissors, or you could also cut them with pliers or even a little nail clipper. You could get those right off. It's just plastic. So I'm going to cut all three of those little stubs off the pumpkins. And I did go and pick up some deco tape from Dollar Tree. I found this in the office section of my Dollar Tree. And I will be using the printed tape, but I also saw this kind of holographic tape. I just wanted to show you because it's so pretty. And the first one I'm going to use is this blue tape with the gold leaves on it. So starting at the top, you want to put the tape right up against the stem and pressing down. Follow along the shape of the pumpkin, and once you get to the bottom, you can just tear it. But you do want to make sure that you smooth the pumpkin, smooth the tape over the pumpkin, I should say. So you want to still be able to see all of those little ridges in the pumpkin. You want to keep the contour of it without having to sacrifice that contour because you're putting a square piece of tape on a rounded pumpkin. So be sure that you smooth it down as you go around. This tape is very pretty, but it's not very tacky. So you do have to keep pressing down on it. It does have a tendency to want to pop up on you. So I do keep smoothing it down every time I add a new piece and between adding new pieces. But I really do love the effect of how you can customize these little pumpkins with this tape. And you see me just smoothing down in between the ridges to keep that pumpkin shape. It's so darling. I'm going to show you what it looks like up close. And that's what it looks like. Really, really cute. But to help us help the tape keep its shape, I'm going to use some of this Mod Podge. This is the little bottle from Dollar Tree. And I will be using it on a foam brush, also from Dollar Tree. And I'll just dab the brush into the Mod Podge and go all the way around the pumpkin. I did already go ahead and cover the other two pumpkins as well, so you will see which tape I use for those and how those turned out. After I cover the pumpkin with the Mod Podge, I do set it aside to dry, and of course, you know Mod Podge dries clear, so it's just going to help stiffen the tape up and help it keep its shape. And like I said, just set those aside to dry, and then we'll move on to our next project while they do dry. Using this fall mason jar sign, I really love the picture, but I'm going to use the back side of this. Turning it over, Dollar Tree has thankfully not put the labels on the sign, but instead attached them. Really appreciate that. I'm going to use the sanding block to sand the glitter off of the front side. That's what it looks like afterwards. I'm going to turn it over, and with this midnight blue paint, I'm going to cover this side, which is going to become the front, in the midnight blue paint. I went a little paint happy. I put a lot on there, but it's such a gorgeous color. So I'm painting it, and then I'm going to set it aside to dry. And that's what it looks like when it has dried. How beautiful is that color? I love it, love it, love it. Next, I'm going to take some wood letters from Dollar Tree, and I just spelled out the words autumn vibes, but instead of using a second U, I want to use one of these wood sticker pumpkins, and I'm going to paint them all with this New Penny metallic paint. This is a handmade acrylic paint. Handmade is the brand, and I did pick that up from Target. I also got the Midnight Blue paint from Target as well. You can find those paints in the craft section. And when you paint the letters, make sure you get all of the edges, the insides of the letters. You don't want any of that natural wood to shine through or to show through. Okay, so here we have our sign. So while the letters dry, I'm going to wrap the top of the mason jar with jute twine. And of course, you can use whatever jute twine you want. Dollar Tree has it, other stores have it, whatever you have on hand. And I'm just going to start with a line of glue right there on the back. So be sure that you pull it kind of taut. Don't pull it so hard, of course, that the jute twine will come loose from where you glued it down. Honestly, as I got to the top and the edge started to round out, it got more difficult to keep it taut. You will see that the lines get a little bit looser towards the top, but I still think it turned out pretty well. And I'm just using hot glue as I go to help keep the twine in place. Once the letters have dried, I place them on the mason jar, and I'm just trying to place them how I would like them to be. And when I get them the way that I want them to be, I just go ahead and add hot glue to the letters. If you wanted the letters to be a little less permanent, like let's say you wanted to keep the jar and change it for winter decor, you could use glue dots instead of hot glue for the letters, and they would come off easily when you want to change the decor, so it's not quite as permanent. Because if you pull these letters off after you've hot glued them, you may get some paint to come off with them too. So if you want a more temporary set of letters, then go ahead and use those glue dots. Now taking some leaves from these bags of leaves, or this bag of leaves from Dollar Tree, I found these kind of coppery metallic ones. So I'm going to take 3 of them. There were 4 in the pack, and I'm going to start gluing them right to the center. Actually, I do think I end up using all 4. I was initially going to use 3. I ended up using 4 of them, and you want to look at these packages of leaves really carefully when you pick them up, because some of them have these kind of gold foil leaves in them. Some have burlap looking leaves in them. They're all different kinds. So when you go to Dollar Tree and you're looking at the leaves, if you want these types of leaves, make sure that you're looking for them in the package as you're picking them up. That top leaf was a little too long. It was covering up the bottom of the little pumpkin sticker. So I'm just going to trim it down so it ends just below the sticker. And I felt like the middle needed something. So I'm taking one of these maple leaf wood stickers. I'm not going to paint it. I'm not going to do anything to it, but add glue to the little sticky part and add it right there to the center of the sign. And we are going to move on to our next project, which it's more candles. So what you want to do is you want to put on a pot of water to boil. This is on high heat. And once the water comes to a boil, that's when you want to put your candles in. So the candles that I'm using are these tall, plain white candles from Dollar Tree. And you want to be sure that you have enough of these for the candle holder that you need. The taller the candle holder you're using, the more of these candles you will need to fill it up. Now, while this boils, I'm going to take an orange crayon from these Play School crayons that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and it has a couple of options in there for orange. This color I picked is more of a red orange, but I really did like the color of it, considering that it may brighten up a little bit once the wax cools, so I used more of a red orange instead of a true orange. I broke it up into a few pieces, and I'm just going to add it to the melting wax as it does melt. That way I'm sure that it will integrate better with the wax while it's melting. And I'm just using a plastic knife to help stir it around, help get that crayon down into the hot wax so it can start to melt and color the white wax. And also, while the wax is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and add some Saigon cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and pumpkin pie spice. And you can see the spices really turn it a dark color, but your candle will actually turn out much lighter than this. Now, before you pour the hot wax into the candle holders, you want to hot glue the wick to the bottom of the candle holder. I didn't show you guys that part, but I did want to make sure to let you know to do that. And these candle holders are both from Dollar Tree. They're both glass candle holders. And here are our final projects. This is our Autumn Vibes mason jar. I think that turned out so cute and adorable. Here are our deco tape pumpkins. And you can use these as bowl fillers to decorate a small space like a windowsill or an office desk. And they're so perfect and customizable. You can even use twine to cover them, and that would work out just as good. And these are our candles. Now, they don't actually sparkle like that in real life. I just wanted to use this effect that comes with my editing software. I'll show you how it looks in real life in just a second, but I just thought this was so cute, how it looked sparkly and dazzling. These are the candles and how they turned out. As you can see, I added a leaf and some green jute twine that I picked up from from Dollar Tree. Thank you guys so much for joining me for these projects. I hope you enjoyed them and that you're inspired to make them for your own home. Please go ahead and subscribe for more of my DIYs. I want to thank you guys so much for getting me to 10,000 subscribers. You will never know how grateful I am. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications. My very next video will be the announcement for my 10K giveaway, so you don't want to miss that. I am so truly grateful for all of you and your support. You all have just been so kind and so lovely and so welcoming, and I look forward to hearing from you, your feedback on my projects, and just thank you a million times over. I hope to see you all in my next video. Until then, everyone, have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.